He, and this is going to be referring to Daphne's father, obsequitur. Quidem is just an adverb. But, and then here Ovid switches to an apostrophe where he addresses Daphne even though she's not there. All right, so we've got iste going with decor. And remember that iste has a negative connotation. And this phrase is a little bit weird. So we've got that beauty. And we'll jump down to wetat as our verb. And then te as our direct object. So pretty straightforward there. But we've got that beauty forbids you. And then we're going to pick up this infinitive. And then go to this little relative clause. So which, and then optas is a verb. And your subject is you for that. So again, referring to Daphne. All right, and then we have and jumping in front. So this is just connecting these two clauses, clause one, and then our second clause here. All right, and we've got tua going with forma, and then tuo going with woto. And this is our subject, and this is our verb. And this verb is special because it takes a dative. So that makes woto your direct object. Significant that she, being Daphne here, is kind of stuck in the middle of her desire and her circumstance. So creating a nice chiasmus for sure. Alrighty, now we get back to Apollo. So Apollo, amat, and that's going to connect our verbs. He cupit, conubia, and then Daphne, remember, is a Greek name. So this is going to be genitive. Even though it ends in an es, I think we've talked about that in class before. And then this we sai is a participle that describes her. So making a little bit of a hyperbaton here. Think about why that might be significant. Alrighty. And this is going to jump in front as well. So, and quote here will just be translated like as what? Cupit, sperat. And this is going to give us an asyndeton right here between those two words. And so kind of between this polysyndeton, we have an asyndeton. So what he wants, he hopes. And then this is kind of ironic. So think about why this is ironic. Sua oracula fallunt illumin. So illumin is going to refer back to Apollo here. All right. This is going to begin a simile for us. So we'll start with this ut meaning just as, and then this ut also meaning just as. And this is kind of a weird simile. So we have the lewe stipuli. So this would be like hedges. Adolentor is a passive verb, so are burned. And then we have these two acting as an ablative absolute. And I'd use an after for this translation. And then we've got another one, just as the saipes burn. And the facibus here, maybe like you could say with torches or from torches. So an ablative of cause might make more sense. And then this relative clause is going to refer back to the torches. So the torches which, by chance, this is just a little ablative, by chance a traveler, well, is going to mean either or. So either moved too much or left behind sub luce. Also keep in mind that it's significant that Ovid is referencing the torches because those torches kind of brings us back to Cupid and the wedding torch and that sort of thing. So it's interesting that this thing that represents marriage can also represent destruction, which is what's happening here in the fields. Thus or so the god, literally he went away into flames, but the idea here, and if you read in your book, it's something like he's engulfed in flames. So it's representing his passion and completing our simile. So thus the god is engulfed in flames. Thus he uritor burns. And this is like a passionate burn in his whole chest. And he nutrit a sterilem amorem. And so the separation of these words might indicate the sterileness of morem here. And then this is a gerund, so by verbing. All right, then we've got specta. So he starts kind of checking her out here. So he watches or he maybe sees that her kapilos, so indirect statement, inornatos kapelos, pendere on her colo. And he says, what if comantor? So he's referring to her hair. And then he sees her eyes. Her eyes, mekantes. This is a present active participle. Mekantes with fire. Similar, again describing the eyes, similar to the stars. He's really praising her heart here. He sees her lips. And then this is a little bit of a strange piece. The antecedent, of course, is the lips. So which, and then we go to we disse, which is a perfect active infinitive. So translated as to have verbed. So this is almost acting as the subject, which to have seen is known, not satis. So if we make that our subject, that'll make some good sense, and quae being our direct object. All right, last part's pretty straightforward. So he laudat, digitos, manos, brachia, and then nudos, lacertos, and I put all of that together.